Hey YouTube, how's it going? Ed here with another review, and today I'm going to be reviewing bois vanille by Serge. Now, when it opens up, it's quite a dense, heavy oriental, which is a little bit sweet, but wasn't like the vanilla bomb that I was expecting. What you actually get right off the bat is a combination of licorice, caramelized brown sugar, almond paste, and just a touch of beeswax. Now, what this gives the top a smell of bittersweet pastiness, if that makes sense. If you can imagine a bunch of ingredients thrown into a mixing bowl and stirred around, as the aromas come together, and you have that bitter sweet smell, that's what you get off the top. As that dies down and unfurls and takes shape, we transition into the mid, and here the fragrance takes on a more traditional sweetness. We get a tiny bit of woods, just a tiny hint. We get the first real tinges of vanilla, but the best analogy I could use to describe this juncture of the fragrance would be a warm, homemade creme brulee that's been just taken out and left on the side to cool. You've got that caramelized brown sugar on top, you have the warmth, you have the sweetness, and this is marvellous. But, and this is one of the many gripes I have with the fragrance, as that effect dies away, it takes on a very feminine kind of sweetness, the kind that you can find in fragrances like Prada's Candy and Aquilina's Pink Sugar. It's difficult to explain why this is exactly, but the sweetness is very feminine, and for me that's unfortunately a bit of a turn-off. Now, as the fragrance fully starts to dry down, now the vanilla absolute comes in, hits the main stage, and is joined by the sandalwood and the coconut milk, and what we're left with is this, again to use another analogy, is high quality melted vanilla ice cream. It's creamy and it's thick and it's rich and it feels cool and it's lush. But as amazing as this doesn't sway my opinion of the fragrance. I will say that Serge needs to be commended, because what bois vanille pulls off is this rare feat of fragrance design, which is that it gives the wearer a real feeling of texturousness. Not only do you smell what's in this, don't get me wrong, as much as I sort of dislike this, the raw materials used are of high quality. They don't smell cheaply synthetic, but not only do we smell what's in this, but it's almost as if you could pick it up and touch it and feel it. And for that, Serge needs to be commended. Now, I think this fragrance would do best on a confident, laid-back woman in her late 20s to be worn during the daytime in the autumn or the winter. This is a very long-lasting fragrance that straddles the line between old-school Oriental and new-school Gourmand. It's very delicious, it's quite edible, although a bit too feminine smelling for my liking. The fragrance lasts around 10 hours on my skin, projects decently enough for the first 7 to 8, and then settles in a little closer to the body. But I actually think that this is far better suited to a woman who loves her sweet fragrances rather than a guy. I have no problems wearing women's fragrances. There's just something about this that embodies a sweetness that is far too feminine for my personal tastes. Now, ratings for this fragrance. Projection, I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5. Sillage, 3.5 out of 5. Longevity, 4 out of 5. And the overall smell, 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, that's been my little review of bois vanille by Serge. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Cheers for watching and take care.